the last move played was pawn to e5, striking in the center. And I
this is
think,
a
James,
KID. Huh?
it's a KID. People who are not familiar with the KID think, oh, wait, I have two attackers here. Let me go win the pawn. Irina's like, no, none of that. Because had she decided to take twice, this bishop stares at this knight. There's often ways to play moves like knight takes e4 and get this knight on e5. But, James, I feel like if I were on the team, right? If I were a Charlotte Cobra team member, I'd be saying to Irina, if you can play a forced draw, get to an endgame, you go for that. We need that half point against Magnus Carlsen collaboration.
Oh, yeah,
Everyone's
waiting
waiting
for
for
COE
that.
gear. Like, hey, Magnus, put this on, bro. Put this, just put this on, bro.
Hey, I think it could look good on him. And look at Irina, by the way. She spent a bunch of time. She plays king to h1. There still is this pin down the e-file. And Magnus can go pawn grabbing. But there's often this like knight b5 move in many positions that you go after these vulnerable dark squares. And you can, of course, just take back on e4. The rook will gain an open file. If the f-pawn's out the way, the queen goes to b3 at the right moment. And f7 is very tender. So look at white being ahead in terms of development. You have 3 minor pieces developed. Black only has 1. And so if you just go pawn grabbing, you may pay the price. But Magnus, he's finally thinking. That's checkmate in 1 if she doesn't see it.
Oh, yeah, we actually knew this was coming because of the time issue that she had early on in the game. We knew this was coming here, and Magnus used his time to get an advantage. Oh, yikes. Made on the back rank. Yikes.
Yeah.
Okay, 3, quick smile, and it happens. The game's over there. Made on the back rank. Carlsen.
And Irina Krush is so strong. She's a grandmaster. I mean, she's won some major events, and here Magnus made it look easy. Just to show you quickly that the pieces came off, and in this endgame, it says slightly better for black, and he made her pay because black's pawn structure is a bit better. The rook is active, some isolated pawn on e4, target on a2, and Magnus brought his rook in and then never let her back in the game by pushing his pawns and then finally trading off his weakness. Look at this, James. C takes b3. Please take my rook back here. Unfortunately for you, I can just take back, and you can't take the bishop, for example. So you can also play b2. And after a rook b1 over here, you're going to give up this rook, and then the ensuing position is just bad across the board. So nice win there for Magnus going after all these weaknesses.